Hey, 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 the fuck, hey, everyone. Welcome to fucking Gradcast. Hey, I did the sound check. Oh, that's beautiful. What? It's good to be home. Let me say this, people. It's good to be home. It's good to be home after a whirlwind 3 days, three different hotels with the lovely, the incomparable Keanu C. Thompson, people. Uh, took the little lady down to the beach. Took the little lady down to the beach. I'm not muted, C-Mox. Have a nice life. There's no way I'm muted. I hear perfectly. I hear everything perfectly. So again, what up, Dr. Chow? C-Mox, muted. You do that again. Why do people do that? Why? I don't care. It's like, I don't know. Look, I'm a crotchety 54-year-old man. Things annoy me. It's like, oh, your sound doesn't work. You know what it's the equivalent of now? When you used to do a sound check at a comedy show and people were like, can you hear me? And people would say, what? And they'd start high-fiving each other like, wow. Wow. Come on, C-Mox. So anyway, it says Mabel. Mabel, I says, Dr. Chow, I'm going to do your and Little Mir's stream. I don't know. Like, I love what you guys are doing, but I don't know if I want to be a part of it because I'm watching the MLC verse. Like if ever you were right about something, and I am, like, I get that you guys are coming into your own, and I respect you. Dr. Chow, hold on. Why can't I find this? Dr. Chow, I'm telling you, you and Little Mir, I respect you because you're not like these other guys. You're like, this is me. You're like, I say shit online. I'm a chow dog online, but why don't you follow my stream? Because I'm a real person. Mad respect for that. I mean, you're not the king. That's Red Bar. But I respect that. But look, I literally like not being full of shit. Like, if there's a theme to today's Gratcast, there's something beautiful about not being full of shit. And the things you say when they fucking happen. Ken Mosca. Dude, I know the Phillies lost last night. Shout out, Ken. Thanks for the $20, and I'll get back to you, Dr. Chow. I know the Phillies lost last night, but damn. See, 2 nights ago, they fucking put up 3 in the top of the 9th against the Marlins, who fucking own us, even when they're bad, let alone when they're good. That's power. August 20. By the way, dude, August 28th, I might have to cancel. Why would I have to cancel August 28th? Do I have a gig? We'll talk offline. What do I have the end of August 28th? Oh, I might be in fucking Pennsylvania. I don't know. I'll let you know. Ken Mosca, shout out. Fucking love you. It's too big a chunk of change. Wait, 28th? I think we're good. Ken, what day are we going to the Phillies game? Because the last weekend in August, Friday and Saturday, I have gigs in Hershey, and I know, quit bragging. Somebody's doing well. And Scranton. I mean, I'm doing the last weekend in August, I'm doing that big Hershey Scranton run. Eat your heart out. I'll figure it out, though. And we'll golf before then. And now I officially love C-Max. Dude, yeah. Because now I can't be mad at you because where'd he go? C-Max is like, it was on my end. Hold on. Oh, wait, it was on my end. Dude, now I love you again. Not that I hated you, but I would have been the same. Like, yo, Gene, you're muted. I can't hear you, stupid. I thought that was weird for you. All right, much love, much love. So, Ken, we will do that. I mean, it's a busy summer for the good guy. It's almost like I'm having a Keanu seance, and I'm like, why don't I stop fucking just sleeping in on weekends and handle my shit? This past weekend, I did a pop-up show at the beach with Keanu, and let me tell you, as long as we're talking about not being full of shit, so yeah, Dr. Chow, here's step 1. It's great not being full of shit. So shout out to you. You're not full of shit. You're like, I know we're watching the MLC verse implode on itself, and we want to chat about it. So you know what? Maybe I will do your show. Reach out to me. We'll figure out a date. I've talked myself into it. I know I had a shout out Lil Mir. I had a DM from him on the Twitter that I didn't get to because I was running around trying to set this up. And he said Monday, which is tomorrow. That might work. We'll figure it out. Let's chat after the show. Oh, you can't get it out of there. But I will. I'll give you props. Like, you guys own who you are, which is why, I mean, we're going to disagree because I think Chad's a fucking piece of garbage. And it's really fun not being full of shit and watching everything you said happen. And if you don't realize, everyone in the MLC verse now, everyone, I'm sorry, Ken, I know you love Chad, but they've all become fucking Stuttering John. Shout out to Steel Toe. And I know you don't like Steel Toe, Dr. Chow, and that's a shame because I enjoy his show. I enjoy how he just talks about new stuff and occasionally trolls people, but he called it. They've all become Stuttering John. Every single one of them. I mean, if you saw last week, let's face it, I think I'm pretty good at this streaming. I really suck at coordinating my cigar with my chatting. I don't even know why I bring the cigar, because once I get lippy, I can't. Hey, Danny Bonaducci. Once I get lippy, thank you. It is nice hair, Jesse James. Love the new avatar. And again, yes, C-Max, you're muted, C-Mox. Thank you, Glenn. So wait, Red Hot Reds. Yeah, Joey say I haven't been following the Reds. But like as I was saying, it's exactly what I said. They're all falling upon themselves. Fucking that clip when Chad jumped into MLC and he's fighting with Bob, and then the next day when fucking Brennan just has Stuttering John on and Bob's not there, they don't do anything anymore. They don't even do what they used to do. They've become so dependent on just like if you don't go within, you go without. And I've said this before. Over at Compound Media, we create from within, people. We really fucking do. We say what we want to say and we put it the fuck out there. And if you don't agree, that's fine. That's fine. But we need you, people. And we need you to fucking get your asses out there and recruit other people here. We do. Like, it's the same as comedy. Like, I did a pop-up comedy show Thursday. And boy, talk about grateful. It was the first time, and I'm like, it was a vacation, went down to the beach in Delaware, picked up a little money for a gambler that my buddy owes money to, all good stuff. And I said, as long as I'm down in Delaware, my old stomping ground, the place I used to do the Starboard the opening week of every summer, because I'm that guy, not anymore. I reached out, and this is how the universe provides, people. If you don't believe me, I talked to literally in this order. I said to my friend Bob, I says, Mabel, I says, he calls me. He's like, yeah, we're off all week next. He's like, we're going down to the beach next week. We're taking the week off. I'm like, we're off all week next week. He's like, come down one night. So I say, I'm like, all right, let me see, maybe Thursday and Friday work for Keanu. And I said, ask around. Maybe you could find someone, because you're a bar owner, who would let me do a pop-up comedy show there. He calls one friend, our friend Maddie. Our friend Maddie calls his friend Lincoln. And Lincoln's like, I know Gino from Quizzo. And they fucking booked the show. And not only did they book the show, his bar turns out to be right around the corner from where my buddy Bomb is staying. And we do the show Thursday. And about 50 of my friends show, old buddies show up, about 70 people there. I'm terrible with numbers. Could have been 800, could have been 20, more like 20. I'm kidding. And it's just me and Keanu. And it's the first time I'm genuinely nervous for Keanu because all my friends have known me for ages. And I don't date female comedians. So, of course, like, she goes up and she's hot. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. She is. And I'm concerned, like, Gino's fucking jumped the shark. Gino's old, and he just got this hot chick who's glomming on to him and they would never think that, but that's your concern. You know, she's just glomming on for the money, the fame, the power. And she goes up and she fucking, I'm not going to say she killed, but when my dearest friend of fucking 30 some years, Anthony Bomba, looks at me and he goes, she's funny. Like, not that he doubted it, but he's like, wow, I'm telling you, it circles back to what I'm saying. She's like, he goes, she's funny. And all I heard is, you're not full of shit, Gino. You just kept saying what you wanted to say, doing what you wanted to do. And now you got this young hot chick who's funnier than you. He said that several times, and that was mean. And fucking, I've never seen you happier. Another friend of mine, my friend Tara Bicos, Christina, not that it matters. She's like, Gene, you look better than ever. And I'm sorry if this sounds vain, but these are people that, you know, will bust your balls. And I told her the whole broken jaw story and everything just worked out. And to be there, the place that you weren't allowed to do comedy because people lied about you. And I'm sorry, but let me explain what loyalty is anymore. It's not just about when people lie about you saying, well, I didn't go along with it. Fuck that. Fuck that. People that are loyal fucking have an ache in their soul when they fucking hear someone bad-mouthing someone they know is genuinely loyal. And people that aren't loyal, people that are loyal to fucking money and some fucking something when they go without, they will not be like, I can't fuck with this. Can't fuck with this because this guy might get me a spot. I can't fuck with this because this guy puts me in blocks on his podcast. And I can't fuck with this because if I don't give out fucking Gino's girlfriends, brothers, and fucking 2 other friends' numbers, I won't get my $100. What are you fucking loyal to? And I've had it with people that think like when I say that, I'm like, either you're loyal to me or you're fucking out, because it's not that. I'm asking you to be loyal to your soul. I'm asking, and you could say, wow, Gino's full of shit. Gino's full of shit. I'm asking you to be loyal to your soul. What feeds your fucking soul? And I've been saying this since fucking day one over at Compound Media. Since day one, I just show up every day and have fun. I used to fucking do the show every Tuesday from 2 to 3:30. We'd walk off. The boss would be there early. What a simpler time. And I would just say, dude, I just want to say thank you. And he'd say, no, I want to thank you, dude. You guys are great. And then it evolved into going across the street. And there were tough times with me and Aaron Berg, because Aaron Berg was loyal to his family, and that's fine. But he was also loyal to fucking supporting his family. And suddenly the best way to support it might be to scrape them off, Claire. Might be to say, why don't I fucking, start over and make sure everyone knows I'm denouncing everyone and everything at Compound Media. But first, since I'm getting great money from Compound Media, maybe I can just scrape off the show and fuck over everyone else. And if you're fucking just loyal to money, you might have been. I wish to God Berg had pulled that off sometimes, because to have done that, he would have had to do a morning show with Bobby and fucking Steve. And I guarantee Steve would not have put up with it. I can't speak for Bobby, because Bobby has some allegiance to Berg, which fucking fucks him up, which is why he went after our fucking In Hot Water account this fucking weekend. And that will be dealt with Monday. But another thing you need to realize, when you're loyal to your soul, you don't give a fuck about people that can't be loyal to their own soul. You don't. And that's why you can't fake not giving a fuck. And I'll get to the comments, people. I'll get to the comments. I will thank Joey Dago. $2 for the win. Thank you, Joey Dago. I will shout out to the 71 people there. I won't do a hype train. I will thank Jizzaloo. Ankle is so good. The ankle is so good. We're at the beach this weekend. Oh, why don't I do that? We're at the beach this weekend. And I was doing, me and Keanu were laughing, I was doing old man fucking water aerobics. Seriously, like this weekend was the first weekend, Jezalou, that I woke up and my fucking ankle wasn't bugging me. I should say it was the first weekend I woke up and I realized my ankle didn't hurt or anything. And I forgot about it. So then we go in the water. And I go in the water and I'm literally bouncing up and down just on my left ankle, like the elderly do in water aerobics at the nursing home. And I said that to Keanu. I'm like the ankle's good. I keep going in the water and doing the nursing home aerobics. Want to see? Look at this. Look at this guy. I believe that is the definition, people, of outkicking the proverbial coverage. Look at the lovely Keanu. Look there. Yeah, that's way better. All right, take a look at Kiki. And there's another one, far better. What's this? Hold on. What's this right here? What's this right? Yeah. Let's zoom in a little more on that. Woohoo! Winning. This is winning. Yep, Jesse James. I was doing water jumping jacks, and she said, you do 10 more and we get you pudding. Jesse, pudding. It was amazing. So yeah, it was a pretty great fucking weekend for the good guy. So as I was saying, the people, fuck you, cigar. I'll smoke you later. That's, by the way, look at that. I'm drinking out of the Bear Force One mug. Win by 2 radio. Shout out, buddy. The jump rope will come back this week. It will come back this week, buddy. Thanks so much. Sorry the whole fucking thing you're doing with Softcast didn't work out. Sorry, whether it was a prank or not. Sorry, it didn't work out. Look at this. Being with the little boy is winning. Yeah, that's how you feel, buddy. Watch this. Oh, God damn it. I'll say it again, win by 2 radio. By the way, hold on, win by 2. Jimmy, I did not. Jim, by the way, We were having so much fun last Friday. I forgot to send you a link. I literally am losing my mind. Shout out to Jim, who fucking did a great call-in during last week's this Monday's Gum Friday supplemental. It was great. If you get a chance, go take a peek at it, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you what losing is, Win by Two Radio. Just sitting there trolling other podcasts and not having anything else to do. But I mean, look, I'm trying to help people like you. I really am. And if you're genuinely having fun with what you're doing, that's great. But if you're genuinely having fun just watching other podcasts and saying why they suck, and again, I wish you could understand that I'm trying to help you when I say you're a fucking nobody. You're a fucking nobody. You're a failed musician by your own words, okay? Although that Kiki's mom song was great. And why would someone say, well, this guy's a failed musician, but let's see what he thinks about comedians that are currently in a state of fail? Like, I could see it's low-hanging fruit shitting on the MLC verse, but you bring nothing to the table. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm talking about comedy as a podcaster, I'm someone who used to do the Scott Farrell show. I'm someone who fucking was the second mic for Artie Lang forever. And you can be like, well, I think you stink. That's fine. But you can't expect people with a genuine opinion in life to fucking, by the way, now look, and this is a great line: win by 2, watched by 0. And here's the thing: win by 2, people watch your show, the same sad people in that MLC verse, and you can pick at that bone all you want, but I feel bad for you. I do. And who the fuck am I? No one you need to worry about. Bobby Miller, I was Win by 2 Radio. Why don't you ever make jokes on your own show? See, Mox is right. So, all right, now I'm going down a rabbit hole of stupidity. I apologize. But you know what I found at the bottom of that rabbit hole, people? $5. $5 from Dustin Matthews. Dustin Matthews doesn't get Aaron Berg anymore. Bodybuilder was dumb. Now it just bothers people on the streets. Look, I'm going to be flat out fucking honest about this. And if Aaron sees this and gets mad at me, it's fine. Aaron's got a wife, a child. Aaron had fucking the house. So we would say it all the time. Aaron, just Skype in. And to his credit, he was so fucking good. He could have Skyped in on a fucking rotary phone and he would have still been sharp and hilarious when he was into the show. But because we're like, look, we don't want you driving into New York twice. 1, it's a pain in the ass. Actually, number 2, it's a pain in the ass. Number 1, you have to leave your wife, your child, and your house, all 3 of whom you love in no particular order. I'd say child, wife, house. So we got it. But then once he left, he's like, well, how can I make money? Well, I'll just do the bodybuilder, which was dumb. I'm sorry. And then he wants to be fucking, like you said, C-Mox, he wants to be fucking Ryan Long. And even if he was as good as Ryan Long, you would still take Ryan Long. Ryan Long is younger. I'm sorry, I think Aaron's a good-looking guy. Those blue eyes fucking still dreamy. Ryan Long's a better-looking, is a more marketable look. Is that fair? So again, you're not going within, you're going without. You're like, well, the fucking Ryan Long works. I'll be him because I'm funnier than Ryan Long. And Aaron Berg is funnier than Ryan Long. Ryan, if I were talking to Ryan Long, I'd be like, Aaron Berg's funnier than you, right? And he'd be like, are you out of your mind? He's funnier than you, Gene. I'd be like, I know, this isn't about me. But the fact is, he just was like, how can I make money doing what I'm good at? But then he just said, well, they do this and I can do it better than them. And that's not how you should do things. You need to be loyal to what? Your soul. I heard you say it. Now, if you want me to explain what that means, being loyal to your soul, it's simply a lyric. Look who's here. Look who's here. Hi, Flat Cat. Love you, Flat Cat. It's simply put, it's a great line. It's a great line from U2. Okay. And here, what is the U2 song? Let's play with it while I Google it, buying some time. While I'm Googling this U2 song, why don't you guess what song I'm about to quote? Go on, put it in the. It's so funny. I was just listening. All right. What song? Whatever happened to Drunk Jimmy? He moved in with Bill and vanished. So what does it mean to be loyal to your soul? No, BYB podcast. It is not. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Who else would like to take a guess? Being loyal to your soul. No, Jake, it's not, we didn't start the fire. It's not. We didn't. Ziggy Kruger. I can get. You've got to be more specific because obviously, if I'm quoting it, no, and it's not. And this now, I love you guys. Now I'm cracking up because Joey Dago, for some reason, I'm at the beach all weekend with Keanu. What a great fucking weekend! And he is sending me lyrics from Level 42, Something About You, all weekend. And I'm like, oh, that's Something About You. I'm like, I'm gay. Me and Joey Dago are two fags texting each other Level 42 lyrics. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not Shook the Bones of Me, Jesse James, with a red question mark. That is Carbon Leaf. Hey, Google, play Life Less Ordinary by Carbon Leaf. It is not. It is not that. It's not. It's not Simply Irresistible.
Life Less Ordinary by Carbon Leaf.
It is not.
On Spotify.
It's raining. Dues payer. Can we just do this for another hour and 40 minutes? It is not this song. I did not. Second man to ask. The song is not Let's Go Mets Tink. Oh, Jimmy Stansel. I should send Stansel a link. Good Lord. Dues payer, YMCA. No. It is not the... We got a good look at Keanu's washboard chest a few episodes ago. Thank you, Win by 2 Radio. I don't think it's Let's Go to the... Hey, Google. Hey, Google. Pause. I don't want to get fucking taken down. The song, and remember, we're talking about feeding your soul and Win by 2 Radio. I'm guessing you won't get this, but we'll give it a pop. Nope. That's the wrong song. Hold on. You would have not gotten this. When you feed your soul, life becomes so much easier. Because the song I'm talking about, you get one more guess. I want to do a tick check on you. That seems gross. Gayer than we all expected to be? That's very close to correct. Soft Weekly, you're right. This is the work of a broadcast pro. Thank you very much. Cheers theme song. The house next door to me was sold to neighbors. I don't think that's the actual. Not for nothing. It's not the theme to Hill Street Blues. You don't know if that's level 42, but you know next level gay. Now, I got to ask you, YouTube user, like, I think you're genuinely funny because you're like, I don't even need credit for these jokes. I'm just a YouTube user. I'm just a guy in the YouTubeverse. Frankie McDonald, I didn't win Kill by 2 this week. I won't be the house. All right. I have Marshall Beaupre, if I may. Shout out to Marshall Beaupre, who just makes everything. Marshall Beaupre, everything's around your ass to get to your elbow. I'm like, I'm going to go to this show last night. I went to see Keanu last night and Chrissy Merritt. What a fucking show. Beaupre and the lovely Laura Thea are like, we'll pick you up. We get in the car and we see a great show. And yeah, me and Marshall had a couple shots. Well, your mother Cabrini never touched this stuff. And then Marshall and his, Marshall's like, hey, should we get a room tonight? And I'll just each get rooms and stay here in Jersey. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to get a room. And then I realized I've done about 5 shots with Marshall. I'm like, yes, I think I'd like to get a room tonight. Hold on. You've been making white stands. I don't even know what that means. So I said, yeah, I think I'd like to get a room tonight. And then we spend, I'd be so flattered if I was getting sniped, greasy face chat. Jim Saddler says, we have to talk about those fire engine red slides you were wearing. The barefoot pictures of you tied up with I'm going to tell you, Jim, everyone at the home is wearing them. They're actually the most comfortable slides I've ever seen. You could probably see them there. Wait, they're right. That's them right there. Buy me a second. Then we'll get to the song. I literally got these. These are the most comfy shoes ever. They're like, look, they're by Jim's lawyer. They're called Hokas. But I'm not kidding. They're chewed up because Six likes to chew on them. But they were expensive. You're gonna laugh at me, Jim, and they're orange. Fuck you. You're gonna laugh at me, Jim. They were like $60, I think. Faversham. Dewsbury says I'm wearing red pedo shoes. Yeah, you're right. I'm okay. So here's the song, people. I'll put it up in a sec. The song is When You Fucking Feed Your Soul. It is simply, the song was, did anyone say walk on? Did anyone say walk on? Okay. And love is not the easy thing. The only baggage you can bring, not the easy thing. The only baggage that you can bring is all that you can't leave behind. There you go. When you feed your soul, okay, when you're loyal to your soul, okay, when you feed your soul, you're giving it what it genuinely needs, okay? And a lot of people are like, oh, I need a lot of cars, I need a lot of money, and I need a lot of fame. And if that's what genuinely feeds your soul, wow, then you, sir, are a universe first, in my opinion. But what really feeds your soul, what brings you joy, that's the shit you can't leave behind. And we all have these moments, I think, and I'll say it again. I will use this song. And by the way, so many people right now are saying, you're weird. No, so many people right now are saying, wow, that's even gayer than I thought. But it literally is like when I was living out of my car, that's when I said, I don't need any of this shit. I'll say it again. The lovely Tara, who was smart enough before any of this shit happened in 2019, fucking made sure her kid was born in fucking Costa Rica so the kid didn't have to get 30 fucking vaccines. She's like, look, I'm going to sell all the stuff in the apartment. We'll split the money. I'm like, keep the money. Don't need it. Don't need it. You're moving into a place in New York. I'm fucking putting all my shit in my car. And then you realize how little you need. You can listen to that book, whatever it is, by that chink broad where you fucking, Marilyn Koo, the fine art of whatever, decluttering. But you feed your soul by giving it what it really needs. And when you really need, like when you realize, look, all I really need, and to quote my mother, Janie, if money problems are your only problems, you don't have any problems at all, baby. When you realize what you really need is someone that you can look at every day and be like, you get me. When you realize you fucking want to go to work, when you realize someone broke your jaw and your biggest problem is that you can't fucking do the thing you love doing that they pay you money to do, and you can't fucking jump rope to fucking get out of your own head. Those are the moments where you realize this is all that I can't leave behind. I can't stop getting behind a microphone and trying to make people laugh and think at the same time. I hate it's over. And let me tell you, people are not feeding their soul when they say this line. Anyone in comedy that says, oh, I just want to be funny, man, then you're not good at this yet. You're not good at this yet when you say, I just want to be funny. Really? Because being funny is kind of easy. You could tell fucking jokes if you want to be funny. You could do the old, I'll talk slower. You can do the old gay joke, let's play hide and seek. I'll hide, and if you catch me, you can fuck me in the ass. What if I can't find you? I'll be hiding behind the couch. You could do those on stage. You could fucking put 30 ping pong balls under your head and bring Jim Stansel up there with you and fucking kill because it's great. Okay? But the people that say, I just want to be funny, they're the people that have no fucking rudder. They're the people that are like, I just want to be funny. And anyone that lets me be funny, maybe they can help me. And they don't realize they need to be funny on their own. And then the people that believe in their funny will find them because they're feeding their soul, not feeding other people's ego, not feeding other people's picture of them. They're feeding their own fucking vision of who they want to be, even if that vision is, as I've said before, 10, 20 feet ahead of you. You want to drive from fucking New York City to Los Angeles in the middle of the night? Fucking you get in your car, which is rat-free now, right? You fucking sedate your girlfriend because she can't fucking sit still when you're driving. And you fucking turn on the headlights and you see 10 feet in front of you. And you focus on those 10 fucking feet. You focus on those 10 feet. And the next thing you know, you've driven 3,700 miles. You're sitting in Los Angeles and it's a whole different kind of shithole. It's people living in tents rather than slumped over doing heroin. But either way, you fed your soul 10 feet at a fucking time. Why am I still fucking looking at you two? Why? And by the way, there's another great line in this. You ready? You're packing a suitcase or a place none of us has been, a place that has to be believed to be seen. You could have flown away, a singing bird in an open cage who will only fly for freedom. Okay? So walk on. And that walk on line is great because it's like, look, don't get caught up in the greatest shit you've ever done. know it was great, and walk the fuck on. I do a show on fucking Compound Media 4 fucking days a week with 3 of the greatest people going, Garrett and Steve and Frankie McDonald, and we fucking kill it. And the next day, we're right back at it. Don't get me wrong. We joke around, and I'll get to these chats. And thank you for the super chats. If I missed any, I will get to them. I learned how to fucking check on the other side. Don't get me wrong. There are times I'm like, this is a Grenada. Or why are we even doing a show this week? Today, when Monday was so good. And by the way, tomorrow, Fred Rubino, who's fucking hysterical. Tuesday, Jim Stansel, who's still the fuck in here. By the way, look how fucking sunburned I got. Look, I was sitting on the thing. Look at this. You can't see it, thank God. Look, red, white, red. Fucking oof. Oof. So again, walk on. Don't sit there and gloat over the great things you've done. They're time moves fucking forward, okay? So you just fucking say, that was great, and you walk on. Or you say, that was stupid, and you walk on. And that's like, that's like, me saying, look, I don't just want to be funny. You know, I want people to understand what I'm saying. And if you want to debate it after the show, I did a show one time ages ago at Somebody's Doing Well, Catch a Rising Star in Princeton. Which, by the way, is that still going on? I really have to book that. You get a hotel. I take Keanu. I get credit for that. She's funny. I'm telling you. She's fucking funny. I didn't know because she wouldn't let me watch her set. But she, don't get me wrong, it was a Chrissy Mayer crowd last night at the Dojo of Comedy, who I have to reach out to and get a date. But she's really good. So, yeah, what was I saying? And then you walk on from what you've done and you're on to the next thing, okay? And there are people that don't. Perfect example. Shout out Dr. Chow. When you're going to destroy it. I'm not. Ray DeVito is destroying himself. And Ray DeVito, fucking even the guy he stays with when he's here in New York, like that he fucking just doesn't pay rent to because he's a fucking worm. It's just a favor. Even that guy fucking I've known that guy. His name is Ray Goots. He's a fucking great comedian. He's a great comedian and he's a good guy and he doesn't get bothered with all this stuff. But one time fucking Ray DeVito goes, yeah, can you block Gino on Twitter? And Ray DeVito, he's like, Gino, who put all this money in the GoFundMe when I had to bury my mother? No, don't ever ask that again. Don't ever ask it again. Look at this. Is this really him? Like, and that's the thing. I hope it is. If it isn't that bum Gino Massiani, still can't draw a crowd. Gino doesn't sell tickets. I don't know who Ray Dixon is. So, as I sip my fucking peppermint tea, yeah, when people say, "Oh, I just want to be funny," and I've had a lot of fucking friends in the comedy industry say it, and it's like, yeah, I get it. I get it. You don't want to debate anything. You just want to try and get paid to do this, and you'll say whatever needs to be said. And if you can live like that, God fucking bless you. But I'll tell you, this nigger can't live like that. Can't. And if you do live like that, you're a faggot. This nigger can't live like that. And again, look at this. Speaking of N-words, look at this. What do you do? Kevin Brennan, look at this. You realize if you weren't here, I wouldn't have 100 people? You see what you did, Kevin? Kevin, you could have said he can't even get 100 people, but you just made it 100 people. And you can think it's stupid, but when you're really good, look, Chrissy, take your $2 fucking and shove it in your butt. And I don't think this is Chrissy because she wouldn't even give me $2. Oh, by the way, let's get to these chats. Let's get to some chats. Hold on, I think we got them all. Oh, Deadpool, how'd I miss you? Hold on, Kevin, I'll get with you in a sec. Kevin must have left. Do you see what you do? That's how you get Kevin to leave. You're like, hey, you gave me 100 people. Fuck. And again, shout out Deadpool. No stop sign needed. Speed limit. Nobody's going to bring me down. I don't know that. What the fuck is that? Hey, Google, who sings no stop sign, speed limit, nobody's going to bring me down? Is that ain't nobody going to break my stride? No.
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
God damn it. I really want to know who that is. Fucking Deadpool, who is that? Like, if 7 people are screaming it right now, fuck off. I believe. You know, Chrissy, I would, look at you. That's Keanu's boob in the picture. Hi, Chrissy. Well, that's what you think. That's what you think. Wait till yeah, the kids are getting a lot less subtle. Look at that, 2 at a time, hitting it. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Now, right now, I'm loving this because if you look, there's 99 people in this chat. And right now, I honestly think Brennan is thinking of coming back, but that would make it 100. Yada, yada. Okay, where's 6? You got this. So, actually, see, there's the real Chrissy. There's the real Chrissy. So, as I was saying, you really do. When these comics, and I'm seeing it more and more, when comics say, oh, I just want to be funny, you don't. What you should be saying is, I just want people to like me. I have enough fucking friends. I have enough fucking friends, and I'm always in the market for new friends, and I make plenty of new friends every time I get behind a mic and speak my genuine mind. Every time I'm loyal to my soul. You said it. Wasn't going to be the theme of today, but it seems to become the theme. Every time I'm loyal to my soul, the person I am. Oh, God damn it. Of course I'm not going to get Highway to Hell. Like, I love AC/DC, but I really don't know. There was another song, fucking Dead Fool, that fucking Garrett and Steve, well, it was Garrett, he was playing. He's like, it's AC/DC's, and they said the title. And I'm like, I have no idea what that is. And sure enough, they played the music. Okay, look. Hey, what is this, Win by 2 podcast with the crosstalk? Keanu goes on stage, and she saw. You were so good. I can't talk nice about her because she's good. Hi, Toolman. Corn. Look at this. Oh, it's like all the great ones are here. Corn Dip. I don't know if your ears were burning on Thursday. Thursday, I'm driving down to the beach and I'm just swerving all over the road because Keanu is such a calm passenger. You fucking put a girl in a palatial Chevy Sonic. You put a girl in an 11-year-old car. And you drive her down the fucking highway at 70 miles an hour in a giant shoebox equipped with airbags, and she gets all nervous. She gets all pissy. She gets all, woo, I'm freaking out because you're playing on your phone and drinking coffee and dozing off. Bitch. So we drove by cornfields in Delaware, and we were screaming your name. We were screaming corn. See, again, now let me explain what, like, and I'm telling you, this, I don't know if you know this. This is Gratcast. This is things we're grateful for, Keanu. We're grateful for things. And okay, I'm gonna send Keanu a link. And let's see if she. Here you go. Hey, Keanu, check your email. Check your email, Keanu. You're so tough. If you would like to weigh in, Chris, yeah, there you go. Okay. Please buy me some time. If you would like to weigh in on my driving, that's fucking fine. After I showed the nice pictures of you and everything, baby, I just can't believe it. First of all, my driving is fantastic. And I didn't want to say it while I was driving. Baby. She's peeing. Did I say gratitude once? No, Soviet skunk. She's not going to do that. You have to go to her OnlyFans for that. Johnny Gold in the chat while we wait for Keanu and I defend myself. Have a drink with me. I'm drinking, watching you right now. Shoot a bourbon. I don't have bourbon. I don't think I have any whiskey in the house, Johnny Gold. Hold on. Johnny, you're going to fucking make fun of me. Johnny, you're going to make fun of me. Because whenever I have whiskey, Johnny, I mean, don't get me wrong. I have a lovely Jameson flask right here, but it's empty. It's empty. You ever heard of this, Johnny? And I'll keep an eye for you in the comment. Frene Branca. You ever heard of this shit, Johnny? I'll do a shot with you. Anyone else want to do a shot? Watch this. I'm going to put it in here. Anyone else want to do a shot? Folgers Black Silk Bourbon. Wait, where's Kevin? Kevin, 110 people. Keep chasing that fireworks money. You'll need it once Kumia's gone. Kevin, wouldn't it be great for you? Wouldn't it be great for you, Kevin Brennan, if I was full of shit and I really was worried about money? Here's your assignment for today, Kevy Brenny, who gets redder faced all the time. Your assignment for today is to think how you're going to feel when the boss shuts down the shop in a day or 10 years or 30 years or fucking, here's hoping, I swear to Christ, that you fucking live to see the day it happens, but you're really not taking care of your soul, Kevin. What's it going to do? It's going to be like the Grinch in Whoville. What are you going to do in Whoville when I don't even care because I've got 8 other things going on and they're all things that I don't even worry about because my life takes care of itself? How are you going to feel, Kev? How are you going to feel? You're going to feel good? And again, there are times, Kevin, I wish you were right, but you've been wrong about everything, Kevin. You've been wrong about the vaccine. You've been wrong about the fucking network. You've been wrong about fucking me. You've been wrong about fucking Pat Dixon. Fucking he hit that girl and fucking moved on. You've been wrong about everything. You were even wrong to think you have a sustainable model. And don't get me wrong, you do. But you are fucking literally playing to the worst people in the world and they keep feeding you money. And if you think I want your show to end, you're crazy. I was at the Dojo of Comedy last night. You remember the place you didn't go to because you speak the currency of violence and you thought I'd ever fucking hit your sad, frail 65-year-old body. You don't listen to yourself. You have to be your biggest fan and your worst critic. And you need to realize no one is hitting a 65-year-old man any more than a 65-year-old man is hitting anyone, but your comedy career is done. You don't even realize you killed your comedy career, Kevin, because you'd rather sit at home and be miserable than get on stage and make people happy. You chose misery because you stayed on brand to fucking joy. And let me say, thank you for proving my example. Kevin, sadly enough, you are loyal to your soul. Your soul loves fucking chaos. You never got over your little brother. Kevin, okay, clip this. You never got over your little brother. You never could be happy for your little brother. You grew up watching people get a little bit more than you, and you always were fucking jealous. Then you came to Compound Media, and you kept trying to get Bill Schultz fired. Still there. He's doing great. Then you fucking watched your brother make millions, and no matter what you make, Kevin, no matter what you make, it will never be enough for you. Will never be enough. Whereas Daddy has an abundance of enough, Kevin. Daddy does. Daddy wakes up every fucking day and he has enough time to spend with the people he loves. He has enough money to spend on himself and the people he loves. He has enough fucking time to be with the people he loves. And he has an abundance of health because he wants to fucking stay doing the things he loves with the people he loves. Gino's full of shit. Okay. For your sake, I hope I am. But I'm not. So again, I want to thank Kevin Brennan for helping out here. But again, and this thing is like, Neil Brennan is awful. Neil Brennan is so fucking unfunny. Do you know what it's like to be Kevin Brennan and have a multi-millionaire little brother who's fucking awful compared to you? I have a big brother who's 10 times funnier than me, and I fucking love the guy. Look, if you haven't seen my big brother, here I am jerking him off underneath a pink blanket. If you've never seen it, look, there's me, and there's Pete, and there's Max's Load's erect penis while I crank him out. Crank it out. And again, if you told me, if I said to you, watch this, if I said to you, hey, who do you think's winning right now in the podcast world? This is a simple game. And by the way, I got to find fucking my guy's thing so I can do this shot. This is a simple game. Who do you think is winning in the podcast world? Someone that gets to work with Anthony Cumia and Bill Schultz and fucking the likes of Garrett and Steve, fucking Don Jameson, or someone who sits at home and Skypes and fucking Skypes to Stuttering John and Ray DeVito. Again, if you think that's winning, then I don't want, then I am a loser. Then Gino's a loser. But if you think it's winning, fucking sitting at home saying, honey, I'm going to lock myself in the bedroom and talk to Stuttering John, I'll say it again. If you think it's winning, saying, baby, I got to lock myself in the bedroom and talk to Stuttering John, can I say it one more time? Hey, baby, Gino's a loser. He's in New York City getting on stage whenever he wants at LOL, but getting on stage, working on the stuff so I can make good money like I did Thursday night, and I will next weekend when I'm at the brokerage. Hey, baby, I'm going to be in the bedroom, and I'm going to, and we might have Chad come in. I don't think Levy's coming in because he's mad at Stuttering John, and they're going to beat each other up because that's what 60-year-old men do when they're not blowing snot out their nose. But thank God I'm not that loser like Gino, because I fucking screamed and cunted and cried my way off Compound Media and lied and insulted the boss constantly, because that's good for my brand. I'm winning. I'd hate to be that fucking loser Gino. Gloat. 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 So again, look at me. And by the way, look at me. I'm almost as red as Kevin Brennan because I didn't use sunblock. Oh, yeah. Mike Rick said $100 a show. And again, if you don't get that, this is how diluted you get when you lie for a living. Johnny Coltrane. Yeah, Junior. 100% right. I am getting, like, who am I? God, Danny Glover, forgive me. Getting too old for this shit. Like, I used to enjoy the drama. I used to listen to the MLC podcast. I listened through Lenny, Carrie Caravas, and fucking, and Jimmy Martinez. Now it's like, I just can't do it anymore. Daddy can't do it anymore. Shout out Ziggy Kruger sending me £5. And because of all their tears, their eyes can't hope to see the beauty that surrounds them. Isn't that let me try it and read it properly. And because of all their tears, their eyes can't hope to see the beauty that surrounds them. Isn't it a pity? It is indeed, George Harrison. It is indeed. Decline host says it. Fake laughing at Super Chats every day. Very sad life. Must feel like a whore. Kevin Brennan sucks now. If you are gauging it by how much money you're making, then Kevin Brennan is winning. But it's almost like I said, that doesn't feed your soul. You have to be loyal to your soul. And when you're not loyal to your soul, you become a guy like Anthony Zenhauser. You become a guy like Kevin Brennan. You become a liar like Chad Zumach. You become a fucking LOL Cal like fucking Stuttering John. I left a couple people out, but they knew who they are. Okay. Shout out to not soft. Gino copes like a manta from God. Oh, Gino copes are like a mantra from God. Is that it? I think so. He's not, C-Mox. Johnny Gold. Johnny Gold. Where's my man? Hold on. Jesus Christ. Chendon. To the good guys. Johnny, I'm not drinking until you post cheers. I'm going to hold this up till I see Johnny say cheers in the chat. In the meantime, the biggest lie that Cunha ever told was Kevin is funny. I'm going to keep going until I get a cheers from fucking Johnny Gold. Om, om, om. Dr. Chow. Zumach stinks, Dr. Chow. And that's why I probably want to do your podcast Monday. Cheers, my man. Now, I don't know if you've ever had this. Oh, it's good. Like, it's called Fernet Branca. It's a bartender drink. Like, you drink it because it keeps you from drinking too much. But it's really good. Fratelli Branca Distillery. Thank you, Johnny Gold. I'll put that there. I'm going to tell you, that's not bad. Dude, that was fucking good, man. That was fucking good. You know what I should do? I should send Kevin Brennan a fucking, oh, come on. Come on. Let's send Kevin Brennan a link. Sending Kevin Brennan a link. Sending Kevin Brennan a link. He won't come in, but let's see. Gmail. I'm sending a link to Kevy Brennan. Actually, I don't even know his Gmail. Kev. I don't have his fucking... Do I not? Come on. I guess I don't have it. I mean, I know I have his email somewhere, but I'm not going to sit here and look for it. I could just send it to his phone number. Maybe not. Nope, I don't have it. Would someone put Kevin Brennan's email in the chat so I could send it to him? Jesus Christ. Sorry. Well, it's not like he's going to respond. I don't know why I bother. I don't know why I bother. Sorry about that, guys. My bad. Where was I? I'm not going to send it to him on Messenger. He must have shadow banned. No, not on Twitter. All right. So, by the way, did I get all the super chats? Let me go back to the super chats. By the way, as you know, that is AC/DC. Chrissy Mayer said the dojo doesn't allow people to scream the N-word. Love the dojo. Highway to Hell, we got that. Okay, we got Ziggy. I got them all, right? Did I miss anyone? Thank you so much for the super chats. For the win, bodybuilder. Okay, so we got everyone. There you go. All right, good. Once again, Joey Dago, thanks for the $2. Dustin Matthews, 5. Deadpool with his second. Deadpool literally fucking threw me another 10 to tell me I'm a musical fucking idiot. I don't blame him. So thank you. And Ziggy Kruger, 5 pounds. Ziggy Kruger is still chasing the dragon. He will never top, in my opinion, take the compliment, Ziggy. It'll never top when we did a stream with Stephen Garrett and he wrote Fatso under it. Never top that. But I mean, that's it. I mean, to quote my mother again, if money problems are your only problems, you don't have any problems at all, baby. You know what I mean? Junior Coltrane said it best. That, of course, is what led to the Uncle Rico show. Sorry. Thank you for the comments. Brendan obviously drunk now, claiming he's made more money. Brendan, you can make millions. You'd still be a douchebag. It's so good not giving a fuck about money. I love the drama. Slobbermouth Kevin Brendan has gone full all Bud Light. Nobody wants him. Yeah. And he's become... No, that's a lie. And you'd be the first to agree, Junior Coltrane. And I'm sorry if you think I'm talking about Kevin Brennan right now. I mean, I am. But I'm not. I'm just trying to use it as an example. Like, I honestly fucking don't worry about shit. And this is what started the podcast. It's like, walk on, all that you can't leave behind. And when hold on one sec. I hate that. When this door opens, it cuts the light off and I don't like it. Hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Buying some time. No one move. Shut up. This is stoppage time. We're going to stoppage time. Okay, so I had to check my teleprompter. It's so fun not being full of shit. And what I'm saying is, if you fuck slut bartenders, you know Fernet. You guys are funny. No, am I wrong to say this? Like, look, I will give Kevin Brennan this. Like, and he always, sorry, I hit the camera. He always admits it. Like, you guys are funny in the chats. You are. That's fucking hysterical, Soviet skunk. You know, and when you guys were guessing all the gayest songs possible, and you can even ask Keanu, when I was fucking driving, we were listening to nothing but a steady diet of fucking 80s, 90s, and mostly lithium. Mostly fucking lithium on fucking nice shot. On fucking Sirius XM. So again, Daddy listens to the good music. The pusses, that's her right there over my finger. Barry Stevens, I love that you guys always ask about 6. That's hold on. That's her right there. 6. She's so cute. She's sitting up. She hears her name. Thank you, Mr. Faversham. It's good to see you spreading the word to your patients. So again, sorry, I lost track. Let me get back on track. Again, it's so fun not being full of shit. And it's what I just said to Brennan, to Kevy Brenny, if he was listening. Why, Lindsay? Lindsay, I got to get drunk because I think I'm checking into a hotel with Keanu tonight. We got to keep our streak alive. By the way, shout out Lindsay Sabanouche again. This is the problem having fun friends like Lindsay and Laura Thea, Lindsay and Marshall. They'll say the dumbest thing. We're like, this is a great idea. This is a great idea. Hey, you want to get a hotel tonight? We're an hour from home. Let's do our 7th shot. All right, let's get a hotel. Hey, you want to see if we can find beer in Jersey at 1 a.m. at a package store? They don't exist. Then you're driving in circles, laughing hysterically. And then suddenly you're like, I'm done. And the next day you wake up and you're like, that was great. That was great. And again, there was never a moment we gave a fuck about anything but hanging out with our stupid fucking friends. We were sitting on the porch at the Dojo of Comedy, sitting on the porch, fucking me and fucking Kiki, fucking Chrissy and Frank, Laura Thea, aka Lindsay Savanouche and Marshall, and some other comics, just fucking shooting the shit, talking about the show, talking about the fucking network, just having fun. And you cannot duplicate that. This is the other thing I said about fucking moving to South Jersey. And again, I'll give people like Kevin Brennan credit. Bob Levy never left South Jersey. Thank God for him. He's like, why am I going to move up to that shit? He's like, I'm funnier than anyone up there and I don't have to prove it, you know? And Brennan's like, I'm getting my fucking family out of this shithole. I want to bike in New Jersey. But you just can't replace living in this shithole and surrounding yourself with the people that matter. Oh, Gino has a 3-room apartment. Thank God. Thank God I have too much shit in here. Keanu's place is even smaller, and I stay there more because I'm wearing her down, trying to sneak one past the goalie. Why? And by the way, Lindsay, why can't you believe I'm drinking Fernet? I don't even get that. Shout out Johnny Coltrane. Gino's a working comedian. Kevin's a has-been failed comedian, so now Kevin resents Gino for succeeding. And this is the other thing when I say, oh, I just want to be funny. You know, these are the same people that are like, I bet Dr. Chow is one of those Blue Chew doctors. I don't think he's a real doctor, but I like him. I do. I'm probably going to do his podcast tomorrow night. This is what, like, I've told this to Kevin Dabrowski. I've told this to fucking Bobby Tambora, you know, and they never got it. And don't get me wrong. It's not my place to tell them I'm right and they're wrong. Boy, that Fresnay. How funny. Lindsay, if I puke up all the shots from last night because of the shot of Fresnay. So good. I think I'm drunk. I did one shot. Hold on. Look at that. I'm going to do the Ace Ventura. So, I've said it to Bobby. I've said it to fucking Dombrowski, and they never got it. Bobby, I feel bad that I yell at him sometimes because he harps on the clubs. He's like, Gino, you got to get in the clubs. I don't. Everything 10 feet ahead of you. 10 feet ahead of you. And when the pandemic hit, I talked to the clubs I once respected. And I told them at New York Comedy Club, where I recorded my album, Uncle Gino is Amazing. And I told them at Stand Up New York. And I told them at Caroline's, I'm like, I'm not getting vaccinated. I'm not going to fucking put in the veils. I'm not going to put you in that position. And I said, fuck it. I'll do LOL because I'm already past there. Somebody's doing well. And I don't give a fuck about them. And now, fucking, I will kill for that club. Because what's the point of living in New York? You got to get in front of comics. You got to get in front of the fucking people at New York Comedy Club, at the cellar, at the stand. Do you? Because it used to be you wanted to get festivals and stuff. It used to be you wanted to do all these things. And now I just want to make people laugh. I just want to make people laugh. I want to be two things. I want to be the best fucking comedian I can be. And I want to be the best fucking Chevy Sonic driver I can be. But don't take my word for it. Tell him, baby.
Hey. Hello, darling. Are you happy you almost killed me several times driving home?
You didn't.
Don't start. You're a terrible driver. If you want to drive that way by yourself, feel free. But I'm too much of a nervous person, all right? Do you know in the old-timey movies when they're not really driving, they're like this? Yeah, see? I don't know. What do you think of that? Where are we going? You actually do that. The twitching and belching and weaving in and out. He's paying attention to everything but driving. He's watching a baseball game he acts like speech to texting is so safe in the car, but he swipes through thousands of things. He's reading this, reading that. I'm like, can you pay attention? I could have slept the whole way home, but I can't because he's jerking around, terrifying me, terrifying everyone else on the road, and he's
Why don't you just let Marshall drive you everywhere? You didn't.
I felt perfectly safe with Marshall. There was one instance with Marshall. There was one instance with Marshall where he almost ran us into a wall.
And that was my fault too. Remember? Because
it was your fault. He was like, follow those cars there. He was like, which cars? It's horrible. The jerking around. And I love you and I had the best time with you. But my energy is making him nervous because I'm nervous because I'm terrified. He's like, well, watch this. And then it's a stick shift. So he's speech to texting, swiping through things, watching baseball games, trying to do gears, and then if his hands are on the wheel, it's like this. Ah, look over there. Is that a rhinestone? But I'm like, can you look at the road, please, please? Oh, and he's like burping, twitching, flicking. I don't know. I can't stand it. I cannot fucking stand it. He's getting out containers and blocks of ice and I throwing things around.
Are you done?
It's horrible. It's horrible. And it doesn't smell all the way better in there yet, I have to say.
I did apologize for that, and I did try and keep putting the windows down. But aside from that, aside from the 12 hours we spent in that car, and I do apologize for that. No one could control that. I mean, no, baby, tell them what you're grateful for, baby. Yeah, Mr. Goodnight, we get it. She gave you a wrench, so you're gonna laugh at everything she says. My horseless carriage. But am I wrong, baby? Like, we were laughing about it last night when we finally got to the room. It's like they just said, it's like, yeah, I guess we should get a hotel. Then we're driving around the city. We're like, it's like suddenly 4 hours are gone and you're hammered. You're like, did we just get a hotel room to sleep in for fucking 7 hours? That's a good time.
And then we didn't even get the correct hotel.
Yeah.
We tried to all get the same hotel, and ours was the one down the street. Hello, Dr. Chow.
By the way, I'm going to start calling Win by Two Radio, Dave Kingman. Now, you won't get that reference, but real people will. Dave Kingman. Yeah, and no.
What do you think of this, honey?
Yeah. That fucking cunt. I will fucking kill her. She's laughing so hard off streamer. She's so...
Let me back in here! I demand it!
You're so proud of yourself.
I'm going to snipe stream you.
Oh, baby, if we should fucking, you know how we're fighting all the time, you should do that. You should be like, you know what else he does?
I plan on it. I'm going to start a new podcast called Gino's Ticks.
By the way, you missed it. You know who was in here earlier?
Who?
Oh, wait, let me before you guess that,
yes, I am grateful to be alive after 12 hours of driving with Gino, and I wasn't sure we would get there. It's sometimes you just have to let, as they say, Jesus take the wheel. I let Satan take the wheel. That's how you are driving.
You did scream that a couple times. Jesus, take the wheel, Gino.
I know. He's flailing around, watching things. Oh, look, baby, look what they said on Twitter. I'm like, look at the road. He speeds up to cars that are braking. Full force. Full force. It's horrible. Horrible. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to out you. I love your little house car.
Oh, no, baby. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on, baby. Oh, God damn it. Hold on. So wait,
I'm just
what were you
here.
saying?
It's fine. I'm sure they want to look at you more than they want to look at me.
There you go. I fixed it.
Yeah.
Hey,
yes,
Keanu, look at her. Look at your name. Look at
lying.
Your name.
Oh, wow. You're very clever.
You're not going to get it. It's really subtle.
Lying cunt.
Look, I'll make it better. You ready, baby? You ready?
I love it. Keep it as lying cunt. Ooh.
There you go. Look at that, baby. Look at that.
Subscribe to Keanu Cast for more truth about
If you don't know what Keanu Cast is, when I knocked Joe Curry out of his chair, Keanu saved that video and wouldn't let us see it. Like, I was so mad. We were angry.
I had to save the story for mine own program. And like Walter Cronkite, I have to break the news.
I understand completely, baby. Obviously, I'm going to put it back to you.
You're so cute, Canoe. Transatlantic. That's me.
So again, earlier, and Win by Two Radio has become like Dave Kingman. Dave Kingman was a baseball player. He'd hit a home run, and then he would try so hard he would just swing for the fences every time and strike out and look terrible.
Did you watch him often in the car?
When I was no.
Is that one of the people that when you watch baseball games in the car? Is that one of the people that you would watch?
Please don't encourage her, baby. Who's this in the avatar? Whose boob is that in the avatar? Thank you, Nimrod.
I love you.
Nimrod has a new name for your show. Thank you, Nimrod. Good night, mister. Just keep fucking simping for Keanu. Good night, mister.
I deserve it after all I've been through with you.
So again, Dr. Chow gets it. That's what he's become. Win by 2 Radio is like, God, look at me. No, like I'm trying. These kids you try to help, baby. These kids you try to help, and you're like, hey, I'm just pointing out. Yeah, and batted under 200. Thank KB's menopause. These kids you're trying to help out, and you give them lessons. You're like, look, this is the new model. And when you tell a guy like Win by 2 Radio, it's like, look, you're just a knockoff Red Bar. Red Bar's the king of trolling people. You have nothing to say, and you're on a path for Kevin Brennan. And by the way, thank you, Patrick P. Joe Curry threw himself from that chair to implicate Gino. Joe DeVito was in on it. Right. You can't trust any DeVito.
Are you saying they conspired together to make Gino look bad when he already does that by himself all the time?
Do such a thing. By
That's
the way,
the best video of all time. If you haven't seen it, take a look.
He is. There you go. He is. What was I going to say? He's the Dave Kingman, and he doesn't realize oh fuck him. He's a jerk trying to help you because I've always quoted that book E Squared, and the line is always, and I used to write it in my journals all the time. There's a great line. It's always like, what would you like to happen? It's like whenever you do something, you're like, what would you like to happen? And when Kevin Brennan does a podcast, it's like I know what I would like to happen when I get behind the microphone at the show, on a stage, at my desk, or right here in the lovely palatial estate. I just want to make people laugh, and I want to fucking talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. I want to say that shit. That's what I would like to happen. Same thing. When you get on stage, here's what you'd like to happen. Me be in the other room because I'm not allowed to see you on stage, apparently. I'm not allowed to watch you on stage. What are you doing? Okay. I'm going to change it to lying cunt again. I'll do it. I know.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
No, hold on. Oh, no, you're not. By the way, where'd you get that stupid microphone? Did you Google cute microphone?
I did Google cute pink microphone, and I'm in the market for a new one. All right. Am I too loud?
So funny. Jaquan's giving me the light. Time for pet of the day. Keanu is the fucking best to hang with. We did have a great weekend, did we not? At the beach and everything, baby.
Time. And I burned him to death. My God, I didn't realize he didn't like to bake in the sun like I do.
Oh,
and he got a little burnty poo.
Look, I'm doing my Kevin Brennan impersonation.
Yeah. Do that again.
So my point is, watching me bring it full circle. It's like, what would you like to happen? Well, seriously, Keanu, let's play a game. You're adorable. You killed. Like,
did you tell them how good I was last night? I was.
Yeah, and speaking of which, you can. And I was telling. I don't know if you were watching earlier. I told the story about us at the beach this weekend. I'm like, here, I'll put us back on even footing. I told the story about us at the beach this weekend. How I was actually nervous for you. And not that I don't think you're funny. I think you're hilarious. But I'm like, you're in front of my friends.
I was nervous for me in the car as well.
You happy with yourself?
No.
I was saying I was nervous because I know you're great. And I wanted my friends to think you're great. And they ended up thinking you're funnier than me. And I'll never forgive you for that. But it was just such a great weekend.
It was great.
And you can pull the tea on me and make fun of me and all that stuff. But
darling, pull the tea, spill the tea.
But am I wrong to say this? Like, literally, what would you like to happen? And when you do that podcast with your mother, and we were talking about it last night, the six of us, we should have just got a fucking keg and stolen a bottle of whiskey. What would you like to happen? I would argue when you do Keanu cast, right? Hold on. I would argue when you do Keanu cast, everyone, which you can see every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Or are you moving it to 7?
I believe we're gonna do 7:30 from now on, but it's just a better time for us. So probably 7:30 from now on. But I'll let.
But I would argue. I'm sorry, I talked over you. It's what I do. I'm just
fine.
saying in practice.
I
would argue when you do Keanu cast, what would you like to happen? You just half the time you're just bullshitting with your mom.
Yeah.
You're just having a good time with your fucking mother.
And she got a hold of her Twitter last night and was tweeting pictures, drunk photos. They're hilarious. Did you see that?
Yeah, not that we could follow because our phones were dead because we were completely unprepared for the Beaupre hijinks that ensued. Am I correct?
I know. We drove around looking for booze that from some back room somewhere didn't exist. Somebody said Ray DeVito would buy my top.
Frankie McDonald said, not true, not true. Canoe did not kill at the dojo at all. That's kind of funny.
That is not true.
Gina Marie. Gina Marie, of course, is the sister of Mike Romanelli, who books the dojo.
Gina, yes.
She's the mother of lovely Dante. You were missed. It was such a fun show. And again, who was the opener? I thought she jived really well with the show. She had a weird name. Frank told it to me. She didn't have a weird name, but I don't remember it.
I followed her. I'll find it out for you guys.
Yeah, definitely give her a follow. But she was like, look, what a fucking kiss ass. I love this guy.
I love Goodnight, Mister. He really understands me.
Are you done? Are you done? Are you done?
How's your driving, Goodnight, Mister? Is it a stick shift? I know. 86.
Give him a show.
You're just too distracted to drive a stick shift, I think, with anyone else.
I love driving the sticks. So you're saying if I was driving an automatic, it would be better? From now on, tell you what, next time we do a gig, watch this weekend, I'll rent a car. And we'll drive. You can drive. You want to drive this weekend?
What? I can't drive a stick shift.
No, but I'm saying.
Oh, you're going to rent a car.
You can drive or I can drive. It'll be an automatic.
I've never driven in New York before. I don't think
you want me to rent a car?
No, darling. I don't care. Okay. I'm trying to get used to it. That's why I drink White Claws in the car. I just love my White Claw. But
sorry, I left the
when it becomes a stress claw, it's probably not the best thing in the world, but I'm trying to get used to your driving. And then I think you get more nervous and twitchy because you can tell that I'm fearing for my life.
Yeah. And I didn't want to say it because I hadn't, like, God forbid, knock wood, I haven't had a car. In all my time in New York, I've had one accident. It was in Delaware, and it was a fucking fender bender. And it was like 8-9 years ago, and I didn't want to bring it up because, then I'm sitting on the side of the road standing next to you with a fucking 8 airbags to play. So I didn't. But, by the way, look, perfectly put, Scarface. Win by 2 Radio is so desperate to try and be a mix of Red Bar and Mersh, and that's fine. But Red Bar Mersh is better than Red Bar. Mersh fucking at least is sitting there and he has self-awareness. But here's the other thing you need to realize. When you are doing a podcast, unlike us, like we do on In Hot Water, like we do on Kiki Cat, like when you're doing a podcast where you're just alone shitting on people and no one calls you out, you start to believe your fucking lies. Like Win by 2 Radio, every time he hits fucking send on a text, this is sad. Every time he hits send on a whatever, he's like, ha, 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 fucking world by the balls. And you don't. And you just keep thinking you're getting better and better, and you're embarrassing yourself more and more. And right now he'll write something like, yeah, you wish. And he's going to believe that until finally you use a little thing called a mirror. What would you like to happen? And I've said that before. I'll say it again. I know what I'd like to happen. I just want to have fun every fucking day and do it again the next day. And it works out.
We played that song in the car, Cheryl. We played lots of girly songs in the car.
We listened to mostly fucking Lithium, though, didn't we, baby?
It's because I was there.
No, that's what I listened to. That's how Daddy
No, I think you were just too afraid of my skittishness to get out your CDs and things. Because if that had started, then it would have been a real problem.
I already wooed you with the CDs, baby. I don't need those at all. I like no, Lithium, Barry, Lithium, the station on Sirius XM. No, like that's good driving music. Like Lithium is good driving music. You know what I mean?
We heard a lot of Green Day, my favorite. We heard some Rolling
Stones. Some Fall Out Boy, did we not?
We got it, yeah.
Barry Stevens wants to know how married life is, Chrissy. Well, from what we saw last night, seems pretty good. Seems like the two are having the time of their fucking life.
They are. I think we all boned last night. Lindsay and Marshall said they boned twice.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Good. See, that's like, do you want to get a hotel tonight? Just get you want to?
Let's just stay in a hotel forever.
Yeah. By the way, thank you, Jeff Closer. Fucking Alice in Chains, loved them. Did I not? We did some Alice in Chains. No excuses. They didn't do Rooster. By the way, this is what I'll never understand. How
Tell it
people
to
can
me.
how people can come to this and ask that question. We're using them as examples, okay? I'm trying to tie it into a point. I'm like, when you don't fucking, you have to be your biggest fan and your worst critic. And when you're guys like Win by Two, when you're guys like Kevy Brenny, you're just your biggest fan and you don't critique yourself. You don't say, I need to get funnier. Like Keanu got off stage last night. Watch how I fucking, and I know Jive Turkey thinks it's about Win by Two. Hey, try harder. Try harder. When you got off stage, I said you were sharp. I like how you had a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
I even said like you fucked up one of your jokes and you fucking were so in the moment you made it funny. And you're like, there were a lot of pauses because she's her biggest critic. Because you can always fucking be better. But if you ask people like Win by Two, Jive Turkey,
I felt really good about that. It wasn't that hard on myself.
Right.
I'm just
but if
getting
you ask
nervous
people
right
like
before
Win
and
by
what
Two,
would
they're like,
happen.
I'm killing with these comments, and they don't need they think the fucking Dave Kingman thing is like, oh, they're just trying to get my goat. No, you stink. Try and be more critical of yourself. Okay. Like when I'm doing the fucking show in Hot Water, like if I have a beef with someone, I bring it up. It's good radio. Like they tell me I'm not funny all the time. I get it. I know what my job is. But when you work alone and you think you're great, trust me.
Or when you work with a mentally challenged man at a Wendy's or something that revenge porns me, and I don't even know what was going on there. But I believe he fired him now, which.
Oh yeah. Now it's just a bit they're doing. But then everyone in the chat was like, "Hey, Spooky Legs, Ram Sean, Ram Sean." Yeah. Shout out to Jim Saddle. You know what Aaron Berg's new podcast is, Keanu?
What?
It's called Win by Jew.
Jim, that was funny and very untoward.
By the way, Jesse James, I said this earlier. You know it, baby. I said you're using me for my fame. Let me try and say it with a straight face. For my fame, right? My power, and my money.
And driving skills.
Look at that. Dead Fool for the Hotel Maiden Hazard pay. Thank you, Dead Fool. Fucking taking care of the good guys. But again, like these guys, they're like, oh, Gino's obsessed. No, I just spent 5 minutes fucking staring into the camera, trying to fucking help Kevin, trying to say, I'm sorry you can't forgive your brother. I'm sorry you fucking thrive on hate, but you understand, like, you have to be your biggest fan and your worst critic. You do. And that's basically, am I wrong to say this, Kiki? That's basically what we spent the fucking time on the fucking porch talking about. We were just talking about all the stuff we love doing and all the stuff we want to change. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We talked about like in Hot Water and Spin the Plates. We talked about some of the periphery cast that fucking, don't seem to understand like where they fit in. And then they, I'm sorry.
We can't seem to stop.
Is there a guy named Watch It? So that's pretty good stuff.
What?
But yeah, I was saying that I was using the example, Keanu, before you got here, of all that we talked about.
Yes.
Last night, and I don't know, like I just see what I want to talk about when I get here, as they know. And the phrase, I walked the fucking crowd. Do you believe that? When Keanu's
burning up, I needed my AC. Sorry, I was right here. The N word is no.
Randy in the morning down in Delaware. No, we did not. What was I going to say? Oh, but yeah, I was talking about like how like what you do needs, and it sounds goofy, but I kind of mean it. Look at Dominic Rissatelli with Bobby the donkey of comedy. Someone
the Eeyore of comedy.
The
nice
Eeyore
to see
of
you,
comedy.
Robert.
If you don't know Bobby Tambora,
I'm
sorry. If you don't know Bobby Tambora, he's the one that shit all over the In Hot Water fucking page. If you're not sure the In Hot Water page is, he's the guy that fucking puts up clip after clip of our show every fucking day. He's the guy, as I said earlier, he's the guy that spends the hour and a half me, Garrett, Steve, and Frankie have fucking around on the show. He takes the next 22 and a half hours and works his balls off promoting the show. So again, if you don't understand where my loyalty lies, it's with a guy who's 110% in our show, and I love Bobby. I love fucking bringing him on the road with me. But if you think a guy that fucking is I'll say it right now. If you think a guy that's loyal to Aaron Berg who calls me a racist, calls me a fucking liar, calls me a drunk, if you think being loyal to a dead guy named Fez who fucking banned me from his show, okay? If you think being loyal to a guy like Eastside Dave, who's done nothing for you since he brought you up here, other than putting you on a podcast of 100 people, if you think that's being loyal to me, let alone yourself, you're dumb. You're dumb, and you don't fucking badmouth the people that take care of my baby, not you, baby. No, you, baby. No. Fucking the In Out Water show that I fucking broke my bent my mind over to fucking, to make sure it stayed fucking good when fucking Berg fucking abandoned us. Your dear friend who made you fucking drive to Canada and didn't give you a fucking guest spot. Maybe I'll just show this clip tomorrow because you're too fucking stupid, Bobby. You're too fucking stubborn. Bobby, you're too fucking stubborn to realize you're fucking doing nothing under the old model. And you fucking try and tell me about fucking getting into clubs? How are the clubs treating you? I'm going to fucking pay you $50 every other month and wear you down to a fucking Auschwitz bitch-titted patience if you ever badmouth the people that take care of us again. Ever. Where were we, baby? Oh, you better wake the fuck up because you know I'm right.
Baby, it was all a ruse. I was just kidding. I was listening.
I'm going to fucking drive. I'm going to strap you into the fucking Sonic.
I'd rather be in the trunk almost. At least I can't see the cars you're about to hit.
Pat is living his best life. There you go. Look at this. Look at this. Hey, faggot, shut up. Shut up. Hey, faggot, go Google anything else and go away.
Does he mean
if
fuck?
You think I don't like gay people because I use that word, you're part of the fucking problem, faggot. Well, it's a bad word. No, it's not. It's not. It's used as a hateful word, okay? You could use anything as a hateful word. Jesus Christ. Like, watch this. Imagine if I walked over. Keanu, watch this. Keanu, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Do I tell you that all the time? Do I tell you that? Oh,
shut up.
Now watch this. Let's say you're making me dinner. Saunders, I hope you're paying attention because you're a stupid faggot. Let's pretend that you're making me dinner, Keanu, right? And you overcook that steak, right?
I would never.
And I take the skillet. Shut up. And I take the fucking skillet and I fucking smash you in the head with it. And I look at your fucking bloody face and I go, beautiful. Now, isn't that the same word? Isn't that the same word? And God forbid, I don't even like saying that, but God forbid. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Those are two different ones. Yeah. Yep. And look, all right. All right. So whatever.
Wait. I don't really get that. The same as the
time out, Saunders, just because I learned how to do that. I didn't want to ban you. But I love how people let me tell you how to do your job. Stop it. I'll be fine.
You're saying that if you did that would be the same as if you hit me over the head with a skillet because I overcooked the steak. And then I had a bump on my head that was bleeding. And you said beautiful. Yeah. That would be the same as saying the derogatory gay word.
Yeah.
How?
No. I'm saying
not to contradict you, but
no, I'm saying you could use any word. You can use any word, and it could be really beautiful or it could be really terrible. You know, like your brother's gay. Love the guy. I'm sure he uses the word, and he doesn't use it in a derogatory way.
He doesn't really use it very much. A lot of my gay friends do.
Yeah,
I don't think he uses it. Rocco doesn't use it at all. Elliot uses it.
There you go. And yeah, so that's I shouldn't have been.
But that's their word. I don't know. I try. I use it sparingly with nuance, but it's not my favorite thing in the world either. You know that. I don't think.
I understand that, but I'm very good.
Cheers.
I'm very good to people. I really am. Thank you, Frank. Frankie McDonald said it. Sometimes you got to slap a hoe. But that's the thing. It's like I've had it with people. And I talk about it in my act. You do a joke about hitting women because you're at a comedy club and you're making fun of any asshole that thinks it's okay to put his hands on a woman. That's fucking laughable. Mm-hmm. And people are like, well, I know someone who got hit. It's like, I don't care. You don't bring that shit here. You take that to therapy. You fucking stand up for it. But if I'm trying to do the best thing you can do and make people laugh at fucking, bad people laugh at bad words. Said it again, like I've said this, and people are sick.
Laugh at bad drivers.
Laugh at bad drivers. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Gino, didn't the Hot Water Show Twitter account start this whole thing by calling Bobby the donkey of a scumbag? I think they just said Bobby was a snob. A snob.
You can see it on Keanu Cast.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize we talked about young Robert. I had no idea.
Yeah, there you go, C-Mox. Yeah, and here's the thing. I'm going to ask you a simple question, Jim. Calling him a snob, is that worse than anything that fucking, Aaron Berg has ever called me? Then fucking Fez called me? Then fucking, then Bobby called Chrissy Mayer? I'm sorry.
It depends on how you take it. Being a snob can be a cool thing. Like, oh my God, that's so beneath me. I would never. It's very snobby. Or like, I'm a crop top snob, or, a white cross snob.
Yeah, and this is what I was saying, snobby girl. And I'm sorry that I'm just trying to stick with the theme, but like when you're loyal to your soul and who you are, like you can't fake. And I've said this, like comics would always say this to me. They're like, you just don't give a shit on stage. How do you do that? I'm like, you just have to stop giving a shit. You don't one day say, now I'm not going to give a shit. Like you get shit on by the industry so many times. There was a time I gave a shit, and I'm trying to help these guys get to the point where you don't give a shit. But I said it, like I would always, when I first moved up here, I try to be funny. I try to be clean. I try to and I'm like, I can't. I try to talk about likable shit. And finally, I'm like, I don't give a shit. And you can't fake not giving a shit. And when you start doing what you want to do and it puts you where you want to be, you realize that you're like, yeah, I really don't give a shit. You can't fake it,
Or just living life like it's golden.
What's that?
Just living life like it's golden.
Exactly.
Nails.
You can't fake. But I'm like, there's a comic. I don't know whatever happened to him. Why can't I think of his name? It doesn't matter. But he used to do this. I don't give. He was in LA last I checked. Really good looking guy. He was a model. He became a comic, and he used to be like, I don't give a shit. And it was so fake. And then he moved to LA, and he kept doing the I don't give a shit bit. And about 3 years into LA, let me tell you something. He did not give a shit. He literally didn't give a shit.
I think I kind of know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I do, Chrissy Mayer.
So fucking.
Why? I can't think of a really good looking guy. But I haven't seen him for ages.
A guy a lot.
Garrett Blopp? I don't even know.
That is not a very modelly name.
Yeah. Yeah, I do say, yeah, I use fucking as a comma. I do. If I'm trying to think of the next word, I was fucking a guy. I don't know. Yeah. I wonder if that hair hat, Bob Levy does not wear a fucking wig. I don't know why people think that. Do you think Howard Stern wears a wig, by the way?
No.
Not Jerry Seinfeld, Dark Days. What's that?
He has to dye it a little bit at least.
I used to wonder.
They have, how the great Steve Carell in the first season of The Office had thinner hair. Well, he wasn't bald, but you could see his scalp. Next season, they got a little money. He has a full head of hair. It's just a Bosley system or some sort of, it's Hollywood magic.
See, I don't even think Bob uses plugs just because I've seen his hair up close. Bob used to.
While you were making love.
Yes, when I was fucking a guy named Bob, Chrissy. By the way, I sent Chrissy a link if she's bored. But I used to fucking see him up close, and I've seen people who get hair plugs, and they're fucking. They're all.
That's because they're shitty hair plugs. We're talking about like elite level. I'm Steve Carell hair. I'm only assuming because he didn't just rub something on his head to make his hair grow again. No, and you can tell that it's hair plugs. Hair plugs can be awful if they're done cheaply.
Oh, I agree. But what you're saying kind of proves my point, or maybe I'm wrong, because you're saying you saw it on a TV show. Steve Carell, The Office, an NBC show at the time. You could see that he got hair plugs.
Well, you can't see that he got hair plugs, but his hair is definitely thicker.
Yeah, but Bob's hair was never thin.
I don't think Bob got hair plugs. No,
I don't. Bob's always had a great head of hair. Bob used to do a joke with his hair. He's like, it was so long ago. He's like, I got the Flowbee. It does 2 haircuts, Gary Shandling and Wayne Newton. And I'm not trying to do his joke. I'm just trying to point out that's what a thick head of hair he had. And if you have fucking hair plugs, you're not doing jokes about your hair. If
Probably
you're losing your hair, you're not doing jokes about your hair. There's a comedian that the artist formerly known as James Mattern, and he used to fucking go by Mad Dog Mattern, and he wore a hat. And when he took off his hat, oh my God, his hair looked like just, it was so thin. And finally he said, fuck it. Now he's bald. He shaved it, you know. But
I think that's the way to go if you're just losing it all. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, my past 2 co-hosts were bald, you know, fucking just didn't work out. Berg and Dabrowski. Now I went to Stancil, that beautiful head of hair.
He has a gorgeous head of hair. White Claw break.
While she's having a White Claw break, let's do this. Bolt up, Bolt Nation. Colin Kane. Thank you. So that is the guy, ladies and gentlemen. Colin Kane is the comedian that used to say, I don't give a shit. And he did. He did. And then after about 3 years in LA, he's like, I don't fucking give a shit. I just could care fucking less about this. And it was great. And whenever he was back in town, what is Colin Kane up to? Thank you, baby. I'm gonna Google Colin Kane. Buy me some time. Colin Kane comedian, because whenever he came back, he would always work Caroline's. And let's see what's going on. There he is. He was in the oh, that's right. He had a big role in The Wedding Ringer and Once Upon a Time in Venice. He's 43. It says he lives in New York. Does he have a website? Jesus Christ. By the way, I should be showing you that. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Go away, Gina. We love you. And I'm going to put this up because I learned this from the lovely Chrissy Mayer. Screen. All right. Colin Kane. Does he have a website? IMDb. Colin Kane. You know, let's do the. I think the best thing now is like you just check their Instagram. Tells you what they're fucking doing, right? All right, here you go. Colin Kane last week. That's got to be. Where the fuck is this? Jesus Christ. Colin Kane. That's not Florida. No. I don't know where he is. Jesus Christ. I don't know what he's up to. I think. There you go. In April of 2021, he's not even putting comments. Wow. I guess some people didn't make it through the fucking lockdown. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about Colin Kane. Does he have a website? He doesn't even have a website. Tour dates. Colin Kane. I don't know. Sorry to fucking.
Herman Kane?
But no, baby. Colin Kane was a comedian. Great guy. But he was not there.
I loved Herman Kane. I saw him, the late Herman Kane. I saw him at the College of Charleston with.
You gonna knock that up, Gina? She's got a goalie. You can't get past the goalie. By the way, let's get to here's a comment I want to get to. $2 comment from Scooter Tom. And I wonder if Scooter Tom, are you the one that literally brought me? I honest to God, this might be the guy that brought me the fucking Jameson on the street on Washington Ave when I was there. We should do a week. We were talking about that last week in August when we're off. You know, we should go out to LA, fucking hang with our girl, Danny, get a room a couple nights, hang out on the Venice Beach, which I love.
I've never been to LA. Been
cleaned
to
out the
California
hobos,
a million
and I can get us a couple spots. You want to try and do that at the end of the month? I mean, August, we'll do it late August, whatever that week off is. Do you have something coming up? We are off the last week in August. And I think we're doing, we have that. And we're doing the Hershey, PA Scranton tour the last week in August, baby. Remember that?
Yes, I have that too.
So if we can weasel that, maybe we should go to LA for a couple days, see if we could, grab a comedy spot and just fucking hang out on the beach with sunblock, do Hananu.
We do not need sunblock.
What's that?
We do not need sunblock.
We'll get a nice my fucking faces. We don't need sunblock.
I love it. I think you're in pain because you put the aloe on too vigorously. He slaps it on. I know he does. He's slapping the aloe on and grunting and screaming.
Yeah. Saunders sent me a message to explain. I don't even know what he's talking about. I don't even know what that means. Okay, by the way, Jim said, I texted you a video that Kiki and the Simcast girls have to do a breakdown on. It's extremely disturbing sync behavior. Okay, well, if you texted it, by the way, are you charging my phone, baby?
No. Do I have
when
oh, wait, it's in the microphone. The microphone thing is the one that charges it, isn't it?
Yeah. It's no.
Oh, yeah, I'll charge it. Sure, sorry.
I'm not worried about it. I don't even get I misunderstood him. I don't even get what that means. Anyway, yeah, Jim, you have to email it to me. But I'll send. You know what? I'll send it.
Do you know I texted you a video that Kiki and the Simcast girls have to do? Breakdown is extremely disturbing simp behavior. Great. Now what do I dump to? Thank you.
I'll
Jim.
send it. Jim, email it to me. Gino, just send it to Gino Bisconti. Jim, you have my email, right? Email it to me, and I'll send it to Keanu. And what was I going to say? And then they can look at it tonight if they want, or she can look at it Wednesday if she wants to. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but on Wednesday, Keanu does a little thing called Keanu Cast. Keanu C. Thompson with her mother.
That's me.
And Win by Two Radio watches and goes like, "You stink," and Keanu just cries most of the time. She spends 2 hours, right, just weeping.
I wept for the third time, just like when Jesus fell and Mary was there.
Yeah. Or you could go to our YouTube page, Gum Fridays, which, by the way, let's take a look at that. I was talking about this. Gum Fridays. Let's see how many fucking videos they've put up. Can I share this, baby? I'm going to share this for 1 sec. Let's see how many videos.
Right?
Present, share screen. If you're not sure, yesterday, Sweatpants Joe is trolled. 2 days ago, Boltman Supercut, hour and a half. Fucking 5 days ago, Boltman's Boltastic debut. Fucking 5 days ago, he fucking put up Happy Independence Day. He shared a little bit of Kiki stuff. Fucking, and of course, a week ago today, while you were sitting there jonesing, saying there's no show tomorrow, what are we going to do? And there was a show. Fucking the legendary clip. Mind taking a peek, Keanu? Let's take a peek, shall we?
In the summer, I can't imagine that.
Poor, or he was poor. Now he's rich.
Oh yeah, because
He's rich and
by the way,
and laundered money.
Did you see some of this money? You're making money doing what you
watch this.
Now you're so
What's the point?
His face is like
hold on, here it is.
Steve.
Here we
See
go.
how he's doing
He
it.
was stream sniping.
Because
Dude,
that's the show.
They figured
That's
it out.
the show. Have a great Fourth, everyone.
Keep making shit like, oh, here's a video of something. Who cares?
He
Who
was
the fuck
stream.
cares?
He was stream sniping. Shuli stream sniping. Misery Loves Company.
Look at Steve.
It was
Look at
We
Steve.
just watch- How about we go? We'll be the fourth in the hole. We'll watch
it's
Anthony
unwatchable.
watching Shuli watching Brennan, and then, from what I understand, we'll make the most money. Fucking $5,000
in that dildo right now. You're so.
What's the point?
His face is
Who
like
gives a
this.
shit?
Steve, but the reason you're mad is because I'm sorry that I'm always right, and I mean this as such a compliment to both of you. You're offended as someone that's doing this, like because
Steve
you're
really-
good at it.
he's
They
losing
have no talent whatsoever.
But the proof is
I
in
mean-
the pudding. They got so much pudding, Gene.
What do you work here because you're like, I want to be rich and famous, or do you do
Hell
it because
no.
you enjoy it?
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
Really, like,
That's the line there, baby.
Whatever you want. Do you think Bob wanted to sit in a box, and that was the beauty of it? Because the boss sent a $10 super
I feel
chat.
bad for Bob. He seems like he gets bullied on that.
Because for the money, you just proved my point. He does get bullied because he needs the money, and then fucking
This is
John,
proving everything
not
I've ever
only is
said.
He's shitting on Bob.
Mostly
for
that
Shuli,
Steve is getting so
because
good at
it's like, and
podcasting
Brennan
now.
won't bring Shuli
He's
in.
livid
so fucking
watching
shitty
what those
stuttering
do.
John who looks as pale as fucking
You're sort of
like the whitest whiteboard is yelling, making all this money. He's getting paid to sit there and
Sorry,
look
it's locking
like
up,
a
guys.
fucking cunt.
Baby,
I'm sorry, and I
apologize.
love you, Bob, but he was getting paid to look like
I got to take it down because it's freezing up on my shitty feet. But I mean, if ever that proved everything I've ever said, and the most important thing being like we talked about it, like when shout out to Steve and of course Garrett, but Steve was so, when the TriCaster was failing, that was a watershed moment for him, because he would fucking do his show. He would do every show fucking with half of his brain worried about the TriCaster going down. And once I got a new TriCaster, he's locked and loaded. And you know what it's like when Steve is so good now, as evidenced by how pissed he is. Like, it's like when you have, I'll make it about the Phillies. It's like when you're fucking.
Oh, we watched them in the car.
We did not watch the Phillies in the car, did we? But it's like when you're Bryce Harper and you have JT Realmuto batting behind you, if I may. When you watch, I'll make it national baseball. When you're fucking Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and you have Mike Trout behind you, you know that the pitcher can't pitch around you. And Garrett knows he can say anything because me and Steve are there. And fucking Steve's as good as he's ever been, and it gives Garrett more confidence. And Garrett's always been great. Garrett's been doing this since fucking he was called Stinky. And now those two guys in that booth, I just sit there.
They're like the Lindor of your podcast.
They are, and never was it more obvious than how mad Steve got. But then I got to prove my point. It's like, Steve, you're mad. I'm like, well, then why don't you just do stuff for money? He's like, I'm not here for the money. He's making money. He's fucking supporting his wife.
Yeah, they're perfectly fine. His
wife has a job too. They're great. They're great. And it just proves everything I've ever said. But God, he's so, and again, that's on the Gum Friday page because the Gum Friday guy knows it too. The Gum Friday, I don't know if you know this. I just said it. He made a 90-minute supercut of Boltman.
I know.
I'm going to, baby, I hate to break this to you. Steve's actually Boltman. It's not really Boltman. That is
no.
And most of the funny setups are from
I don't
Garrett.
want to see how the sausage is made.
And most of the funny setups are Garrett. Garrett sets him up with the smart stuff. And I believe one time, oh my God. You never show up. You never show up when I'm here. Now you can't wait to show up when fucking Keanu's here. All fucking simps. I figured eventually you would catch on about that Red Bull. I figured eventually you would catch on. Not that it wasn't happening before the Red Bull, but sure. Yes, Fred Rubino is on tomorrow. And by the way, Fred Rubino tomorrow, it's worth the $5. I'm going to assume this is really Anthony. This is really Anthony, right? Like, that's the other thing about this. Like at least when we're doing the show at the lovely Compound Media Studio, in case this is Anthony.
I don't think it's him. How could it be him?
Why couldn't it be him? I didn't think it was
I
Chrissy.
don't know.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't know.
I would tell him to text me if it was really him. Watch this. This won't take long. No. I came on your show. Stay there. You're doing great, kiddo. But no, I love you.
I tried to get you on Keanu the other night after you begged me. You must have fallen asleep.
Exactly. See, but here's the thing.
Oh,
if you were the fake Anthony, you would say you're the real Anthony. But I'm fairly certain this is indeed the real Anthony. I'm fairly certain. Back to work tomorrow, buddy. Can't wait, huh? We're giving the people content, buddy. You missed it. By the way, I'm assuming you're late. Our boyfriend Kevin Brennan was here. I assume that was the real Kevin Brennan as well. He had a lot of hate in his heart. We had some nice chats with him. And I would say, Anthony, send me a text if it's really you, but my phone is at Keanu's dead. So yeah, but I have a feeling that's really the good guy. Which, by the way, make sure you fucking watch this. Let's make sure. And if you want to see Anthony every day, go to compoundmedia.com. Use code CM12month. Use code CM12month. We'll put it on the ticker. Why wasn't it on the ticker? Look at that. I'll use the ticker. How easy is that? There you go. Use Compound Media 12-month. Does it work if I do this? Oh, it does. There you go, baby.
It's your show, darling.
All right. So again, that was good. I hope that was the balls because I was singing the praises of that fantastic booth you've equipped us with. You know, Garrett, you know him as Stinky, and Steve, you know him as the guy that has you betting on bowls and strikes. So yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
They love their bets.
They do love their bets.
That's a fake.
And apparently, I'm allowed to tease it out. There will be hopefully soon we'll have another Comedians of the Compound. At least we'll have an announcement for one, right? We're working on that. Actually, you know what? It's like, it's look. Good one, boss. This guy's great. I gotta tell you, this Gumi guy's hilarious. He's fucking funny. That's funny stuff. Good one. You get it? It's a fake. It's a fake Frank. I can't do it. It's a fake Frank Pellegrino. We're hanging out. Tell the boss how many times I hit you in the arm while we were driving down the road, baby.
He would not stop. He was doing everything but paying attention to the road. Baseball games. He was hitting me, spitting, sneezing, twitching,
burping,
driving like one of those old timey. I'll say it again. It was like, hey, yeah, see, like you don't actually drive like this. Only Gino drives like this. That's not dicks. It's a wheel.
By the way, Gina Marie, great line. Just ask Anthony something about In Hot Water if he knows. If he knows, it clearly isn't him. That's pretty
I
good.
still don't know if it's him.
I think it's him. This smoke break is brought to you by the Cunts at Ship Station. Yeah, why can't we do live reads anymore? Why don't they? And by the way, that was mostly just to piss Aaron Berg off. Is that wrong? Is that wrong that I enjoy pissing off Aaron Berg? That's the only thing I wasn't doing, driving drunk. Jesse James says, who would pretend to be funny?
I was drinking White Claws in the car, but I had to calm my nerves somehow.
Jim Saddle has sent it to me on Facebook Messenger. This Anthony offered Jake a show. That's really in that. He's like, we need a full-time Frankie. Yeah.
Jake, you know that ring of like closeness or whatever Twitter does?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't understand. I'm concerned that I'm like the closest one to Jake. Every single time. Every single time.
In our defense, we streamed with Jake. Jake, we love you. We streamed with him
I
a couple
didn't
days
mean
ago.
to. You did it. You were holding the phone. You're like, look. He went, it's Gino and Keanu. I was like, please don't hurt me.
Who do you look at this? Who do you think he wanted to talk to more? I'm looking at the two. I'm guessing it's you, Ben. I'm guessing he was much happier talking to you. All right.
I'm happy to talk to you.
Again, Fred Ruby. I didn't see BK. Brian Kowalczyk says, get Kumi in here. Love you, Gino. Kiki, lovely as usual.
Hello.
And Jim Saddle has said, I don't have your email. I sent it to Facebook Messenger for both of you. Thank you, buddy.
I got it. I will review it.
There you go. So she got it. So yeah, you sent it. The talent got it, Jim. So you're good.
Shut up.
You're good stuff. This is him. My arm is sore every day. I hang with Gino and those circus freaks that hang with him at Sullivan's. In my defense, boss. Good one, boss. In my defense, boss. I have stopped bringing as many circus freaks.
He was talking on the phone with someone, and he was hitting me because he was cracking jokes to them. I said, quit fucking hitting me, please. You were talking to your brother, Maximus Loads, and you were hitting. You're like, right? I'm like, it's not him. It's me.
Max Loads under the pink blanket. Look at that. Right there it is. There you go. Me and Max Loads, pink blanket.
Yes.
Yeah. But in my defense, boss, I'm trying to think like, because I do. When I go to Sullivan's, we just sit at the bar, and if he walks by, we do a shot. But I can't think of the last guy. A couple weeks ago, some guy. Oh, God. You know who it was? You'll know this, Keanu, and you'll know it fucking Chrissy, if you're still in here. You know the annoying guy from Simcast that's Greek, not Jewish, and he brought the chicken that time. And like a week ago, he just was drinking. At any rate, he comes to my show, and like we sit in the booth, and we go, and he just walks over to Anthony. We're sitting at the bar. He walks all the way over to Anthony and goes, "Hey, I just want you to know, I know you don't like to be bothered." And he's a close talker. And, like, look, I love it. I love you, boss. And I try, but it's like, what? Yeah, Spiridon. Fake Frank Pellegrino knows it, and he doesn't know. Fealty knows better, Chrissy. Spiridon. He showed up at my show, and you know me, I love it. I'm like, let me explain. Let me show you that. Let me simp to the boss and tell you the sausage is made. It happened Whiskey Wednesdays, which have really calmed down now that Kevin fucking quit on us. Dombrowski. It's like, all right, you come, you hang out at my show. I love it. Don't bother the boss. It's his he wants everyone out of here. So I would herd them all over to get out of the studio before the boss gets here. And then they would all fucking wander over there. So then it became, let's herd you all over and fucking stick with me and say hi to the boss when he comes to a shot. It's that simple. but they fucking, it's a lot of moving parts. And then you just assume everyone knows it. And then you get a fucking, which is called
Some
a
people
wild
have no scruples. They're
Yeah.
scrupulous, and
Yeah.
they inch towards you closer and closer, and close talk, and hit
Yeah.
you and twitch and drive a stick shift, and that's not the real Chrissy. The real Chrissy is
That's not the
Great
real Chrissy.
check
The real
mark.
Chrissy is on the top right with a great check mark. I don't even know how to do that. Okay.
I don't even know.
All right, but that's pretty funny. That's pretty
All
funny.
right, you do.
But what was I going to say? Oh, but it's so funny because the guy Spiridon, and like if you know the guy, I'm sure you do. If you're watching this, I'm sure you watch Simcast, so you know it. He walks up to the boss, and I don't know what's going on. And the next day, we're talking about it over a shot, and he's like, "Yeah, that weird guy walked up and said, I know you don't like to be bothered.' And you know me, I'm like, but he was bothering you, right? Because you have to laugh. You have to laugh at there you go. There's the real Chrissy.
There's.
That's the real Chrissy. All right.
We missed you, Chrysanthemum, already. We had the best night last night. Oh my gosh.
There you go. Okay, so and Junior Coltrane is on the edge of full one subway. He's fucking showing up for his court date. He's going to be better. He's going to he's going to be a man and accept responsibility for his actions, and everyone's the better. We're all living
that
our best.
mollusk of a human being? I don't think so.
Well, he wasn't nice to you, so I had a problem with him from then on. God, this guy I'm just so bored with. Boop.
I think a Frankie McDonald reference.
What's that?
I was reading Frank.
See what I just did was
comment.
See, let me give you a little advice for your stream. What a guy just did here was he tried to shit on Chrissy for attention. So rather than put it up and read it, Keanu, I just banned him and his comments were removed because he just keeps
wonderful.
doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good on you. Good on you.
Yeah. There you go. There's a real boardroom shimmy. See,
No
I don't
boardroom
like.
shimmy.
Where is the check mark? I don't see the check mark on
It's
this.
in the chat.
It's not in the chat.
I see it.
Oh, you see it in the chat, like on YouTube, or because
I have it on this computer over here, and I see Chrissy Mayer, and it's highlighted in gray, and it has a check mark.
Okay, no, you're looking at. I'm just looking at it in StreamYard. That's why I didn't understand. Okay.
Oh yes, I have it on YouTube. Okay.
Well, there's the real Jaquan G. He's got a blue check mark, right?
Yes. Well, hello.
By the way, I don't mean to brag, but this is the real look. This is the real one. The other one's using advanced Photoshop. It costs $500 Canadian.
How many Canadian?
500, 501. Look, Boardroom Jimmy, thanks. We get that now. We get that now. Y'all not down with the Pat. Pat is living his best life. And watch this. And I'm going to take credit for it. I'm going to take credit for it for finally holding him accountable for just saying, this guy hit me. Have fun with him. I'm done. There you go. See, this is the real Chrissy. Who's that fraud Chrissy with the blue check mark? This is the real Chrissy. It's got Keanu's Lego t-shirt in the picture.
Yes, my Lego.
Look at that.
I forget the gentleman who made these for us at the Adorable tour, but thank you so much. He got my space buns and my outfit.
Only the real Chrissy would know which one did.
They were so sweet. Oh my gosh.
They were great. All right. Well, I think we're winding down, baby. I want to thank you for making this in the easiest Gratcast ever. I'm very much.
Sorry, I lingered so long.
I'm very much great. Well, you came on the air. You're scatting and bebopping all over me.
I'm sorry. I took a nap while you were talking a couple of times.
There you go.
I feel well rested.
By the way, that was a real Kumya. I would have gotten him in here, but God, the guy puts up with me enough during the guy. Technically, he's still on vacation. Let him enjoy it. Tomorrow, I hope he fucking rested his arm. He's gonna have great service. He was in whatchamacallit most of the fucking vacation, right? I hope.
South Carolina, where I'm from.
Bitch. There you go. Look at that. See, Jake Hudson gets it. You give him tough love, he still thinks I'm awesome. And for the last time, look at this guy. I'm going to say this one last time. I have nothing to do with it. I was assaulted in a bar. I filled out a police report. I've moved on with my life. I paid for my new jaw all by myself. Okay. I don't know when the trials are.
Which jaw?
This one. This perfect new jaw.
There's only one. Kevin Brennan told me there were 2.
Like, you know how I know this is the real fucking Anthony? Because you're scared. You're scared. Coming for your arm. Oh, let me tell you, my liver rested all weekend, give or take a few days. It's coming for you.
Oh,
Monday.
you didn't even, yeah, please. Oh, the Manhattan night. Oh my God.
And we were drinking, like we're at the beach, you know, living like white people. Would have loved it. My friend owns a bar. We're at his place. We're hanging out. We're drinking Manhattans.
I did not. I can't drink a Manhattan, but I had a claw or 2.
4 or 5 later, and then the Friday night show, dude. When we did the show, Thursday, people are sending me shots on stage. It's all adrenaline. I must have done like 8 or 9 serious shots on stage. Or am I lying, baby? Or am
No, it was. I brought you 1. Then they just kept coming.
And it's all fucking adrenaline on stage, and then you step off stage.
You were great. You were great on stage, and then when you got off, your buddy was like, "How long are you thinking until like it's completely over?" I was like, "I think we got 10 minutes before it's like clam radio."
By the way, I paid for your elective surgery, but I said, right, I hit Anthony because he was threatening not to. I elected not to walk around the rest of my life with 3 breaks in my jaw. I said, I'm going to elect to have surgery. And again, I'll say it again. The 2 weeks it was going on, I just sat here in pain and shut the fuck up and fucking minded my own. But Dixon, and he didn't do anything. He just was tweeting lie after lie, dropping shit on his doorstep. So fucking troll people. Although it's how we fucking, it is how I made my acquaintance with the Steel Toe people who did a great special fucking, and you know, that's how men behave. Men, if they have beef with each other, fucking will talk it out. And then suddenly, if you're guys like me and Aaron Imholt of Steel Toe, you'll realize we're basically the same asshole. Why aren't we friends? And then next thing you know, August 12th, where will we be, Keanu? Where will we be?
We'll be in Minnesota at the Steel Toe anniversary show.
Steel Toe's 9th anniversary show, Stonies. Me, you, Aaron's going up. It's already sold out. They had to add 25 more seats. I think Dr. Chow is going to be coming out, so it's going to be great.
Dr. Chow, I will absolutely hang out with you when we get there. I think he said that earlier.
Yeah, Steel Toe has like.
Are you really a dog? Because that would be nice.
No, he has a podcast. I might try and do it tomorrow night. And by the way, Anthony, if you're still in here, he's going to blow the lid if I do it tomorrow night of all the money laundering. I can't even say it with a straight face. Of all the money laundering that is going on Mystery Loves Company. Let me tell you, you picked a bad time to get out of the Kevin Brennan business because he's just laundering money through YouTube. I think they believe it. Oh, by the way, we got a new super chat. Hold on. Let me do the super chat properly. Shout out to my buddy Johan Noxus. What happened to you? You used to be a cool guy. Now you're all in love and all that nonsense. Miss you, old shaky leg.
Oh, he still has shaky legs. He's a very shaky driver.
Anthony, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Like you drive. You
I
know,
can't drive a stick shift. I can't.
I'll say it again.
I'm so thankful I had the best weekend with you. I really did. It couldn't have gone better. We had the best time. But I was a nervous wreck in that car, and I can't help it. I can't.
Next one, just get a $5,000 Uber to Dewey Beach. Is that what you would like?
That would be wonderful. I'll buy. Please.
See if I ever put you in an 11-year-old fucking an 11-year-old dented hatchback again. You blew it, bitch. You don't have gratitude. You're on Gratcast.
I have fucking gratitude, for Christ's sake. I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful. I'm very polite. I'm too polite to start to scream like I really want to when you're driving. And then, can I tell them too? He said he got so butthurt. He said, I hope you're like this in the car with Marshall tomorrow.
And you weren't.
I felt safe. It was like driving on a cloud.
I don't do laundry, even if it's money. Good one, boss. I have to do laundry, by the way. Teach her the stick. I wanted to teach her the stick. That means 2 things. I wanted to teach her the stick, KB's Manny Paws, but she doesn't want to learn. And
I know how to use a stick.
You're talking about something else, baby. You're talking about something else. Yeah, Dr. Chow really should be fun. I hope you're not fucking with us. because I would love to fucking have a drink with you. And, you know, maybe I want to get in. Screw that Anthony guy. He doesn't know a good thing when he sees it. Maybe I want to get in on the Kevin Brennan Kevy Brenny.
Kevy
Brenny.
Kevy Brenny.
Anthony, Steve is so livid with what's going on with the fucking snipe streams. He was screaming. He's like, I want to snipe stream Kevy Brenny. It was very funny. He's very angry. He's very angry. All right. Well, that's 2 hours. That's plenty. That's plenty of torture for this 100 people. Again, hopefully you enjoy the bonus content we give you here at Compound Media. As if we didn't give you enough. You got the extra. We did the bonus Gum Friday content this past Monday with Garrett and Steve. We gave you, of course, thanks. Shout out to E-Rock who put up a new episode of the fine people at Steel Toe. Hopefully you're following them. I should add them into it. There you go. No Red Bulls in the booth. We're all good. What was I also going to say? Bobby's World. There's a fresh episode of Bobby's World up there. All that stuff.
Robert's Universe.
Yes. There you go. There you go. Cut Junior loose for being a punk. I don't even know that. Throw the Diet Pepsi and stop drinking pop.
They didn't have Diet Coke. I love Diet Pepsi.
Look at that. There's the real Chrissy Mayer saying we both look great tan. I was channeling my inner Kevin Brennan is what I was doing.
Yes, it's tan. We sunned ourselves. We relaxed. I don't know. We got chairs. That's my favorite thing to do. I can't be thankful enough, my darling.
Let's definitely work on doing LA at the end of August.
Sounds
even
good
if we just go for 3 or 4 days, if we just sneak away, you know, we can get hotels or we could stay with my friends out there. Definitely sure you don't. Maybe hook up with Joey Bartnick, get a spot in the city.
Oh, here's a great. Let's drive there.
Why do you have to be a cunt? Why do you have? I thought we were over it. I thought we'd let it go. There you go. I thought you froze up there. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. Any other comments?
Thank you for letting me regale them with the trauma that is driving with you. And I love you.
You're very good.
And I will charge your cell phone now.
By the way, tease out one more thing. Dr. Chow, another special guest lined up for when we stream. Big time YouTuber in the MLC sphere. Well, whatever you want to do. Gina Marie, I have to go. Love you too. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, thank you. Tommy Karate. End of August will work best for us, pal. Yeah, I'm going to make that work, Tommy. I'm going to make that one work. Okay. Later, Quilambolas. And by the way, thanks to everyone who came out. Make sure you check in with, make sure you check in with Keanu. Follow her stream, Keanu C. Thompson. It's fantastic. And please, guys, follow her and follow the Gum Friday page. Can't thank him enough for putting up so much content over the fucking week off. So you had stuff to watch. And it's not like the entire library at fucking Compound Media. Use code 12month. Fucking, you could have watched shows out the ass. I had 2 people reach out to me and say, yeah, I'm watching In Hot Water backwards from when I started. He was watching Aaron Berg episodes when he liked us. That was fun.
Can someone help my mother fix her account? Because she has her own and she can't seem to get onto it. She watches through mine. So, Garrett or Steve, please. Gino, don't sell merch.
Yeah, there you go. In Hot Water, it saves 5%, which basically might be a little bit of shipping. You are very welcome, Dr. Chow. Thank you for everyone who came out. Chrissy, the real Frank, the fake Chrissy, the real Anthony Cumia, and of course, all you guys who sent the fucking super chats. Again, thank you so much. Let me make sure I didn't miss any before I go. You both look great tan. I got that. Thank you, Chrissy. Got Johan. I got Jimmy. And one last time, thank you, Marsha, for driving us. You're so good at driving.
Thank you. It's like driving on a cloud in a hovercraft.
And Fred Rubino is on tomorrow. Stancil Tuesday. You don't want to miss it. There you go. That is a little thing called the Gratcast for Sunday, July 9th, 2023. Later, people.
Goodbye, everyone.